So in our third critique, we've got a couple images from the weight room. And in these images, I really love the repetition of all these circular patterns in here. And I think that the really neat thing is that they almost kind of disappear into the background. So we've got this great sort of repeating circular pattern that goes all the way into the background of the photograph. And I think it really just pulls our eye into the shot. Even this nice diagonal line of the beam or the pole here is all pushing the eye into the frame a lot. Really love that. Love this little blast of color in there too. I think that's pretty interesting. I might consider just cropping those words out right there. I think that anytime we see some words, our eye wants to go to those and read them. So I think these words maybe distract a little bit from this. So I might just make this little crop here. And then the other little tweak that I would consider doing to this image is I really I've seen a lot of you guys take a lot of images with slow shutter. So I went into the file info area in Photoshop, and that tells me what the shutter speeds that you're shooting your images at. And 1/30th of a second is reasonably slow. It's kind of in that borderline area. And if we look at this image, it's just slightly unsharp in here. And I think that slight unsharpness has to do with the fact that that shutter setting is slow and the camera was probably handheld. So if this camera was on a tripod and it was steadied, I think this teeny little bit of blurriness in here would have been taken care of, and we really wouldn't have seen that. Again, anytime you have something that isn't moving, there's almost no reason not to use a tripod. I realize that it's kind of big and bulky to carry around, but certainly it's something that can make or break a still life image like this. And again, you can get those tripods up in the media center where you get the cameras. Our second image, I think, is an awesome shot. Just zoom in on that. And again, we've got sort of this wild, crazy pattern of chains here that just continually keeps sucking our eye in through the image. And I love how the pattern of links almost, again, is sort of in this S shape. So the big pattern of the links is in the S shape, and then even in the little patterns of it, we've got an S shape. So this photographer really is using pattern to pull the photographer into the photograph. The other thing I really love about this image is this one link here that breaks up this pattern that's going on here. So we've got this different sized link, and the link has an actual break in the band or the link. So I think it does, again, is just a really good image, very well seen, and something that really draws the photographer in. I also like the sort of monochromatic look to it. You know, I'm not sure whether this is a black and white image. It is not, and but it has that real wicked black and white feel to it. So another good example of composition being used by the photographer to create a very strong image.